Justice is not justice when it's just us who suffer. When you need to fit yourself into a box, white, black, or other, and then you still argue the existence of race as if it's not a real thing, as if you forgot about all these boxes you keep putting us in. But what happens when that box is made of wood? It's a coffin. Or when that box we check off is captioned, missing, murdered, forgotten. When the amount of melanin in my skin determines the life I'm forced to live, well, tell me, what happens then? Is it justice when it's just us who need to justify our reactions? When you eat from the buffed hands of the rich and all we're left with are rations? When you kill unarmed people, do your fears justify your actions? Our system is flawed. Not guilty. Not guilty. No repercussions. I'm so sick of the news these days. Black boys getting bullets in their bodies and it's okay. Muslims getting bullied because of the way that they pray. Native children getting put in white homes and they got no say. Why is it that when a white guy shoots up a theater, he gets apprehended? But when Trayvon walks home with a bag of Skittles, his life gets ended. And then you still have the audacity to say that race is not a thing. Well then why am I 3 times more likely to go missing, 5 times more likely to have my body bloodied and found in a ditch, more likely to become someone's bitch so that they can sell my body to the hungry? We all bleed the same blood. But that flesh-colored band-aid that's meant to conceal as we heal is as effective as those temporary government fixes, trickier than a turn on a rigged roulette wheel. But these issues need surgery, not a mere band-aid fix, because they hit my home harder than a downpour of bricks, and only when all of our homes start to crumble at their core, you'll hear our strong voices like wild lions will roar. It's called privilege when you've got the right complexion for protection. In this struggle for survival, we're still fighting the wars of natural selection. You treated us like rodents, you tried to exterminate us, you thought we would disappear. Well, guess what? We are still here. But we're still dressed in this cloak that you use to oppress us. It's heavy, it's dark, and it weighs down as a means to distress us. Instead of our dreams, you invest in our nightmares and tell us that our worries are not yours. Racism. That bite that some people can't seem to swallow. But for us, it's like a tapeworm that eats us raw from the inside until it leaves us hollow. The distrust of the system is rampant. Why wouldn't it be? And after all of the years we fought it, it still hasn't broke me. Sure, I'm cracking, a little banged up and bruised, but all that pain and trauma is only the match to my fuse. Right now, we live in this land of impunity, but I want to live in a world that revels in the idea of solidarity. I grew from the seeds of a radical story. We've been rewriting his story and all of its glory, living through over 500 years of resistance, like my father would say. We're fighting the longest war in existence. We can't be a society that only comes together in the midst of catastrophe, when we hear those voices shake, "No, don't shoot," and "I can't breathe." We must continue to assert that we are all idle no more, and then like never before, we can rise up from the ashes from all the times we've been burned. The heat from those flames will bond us together like jail bars. The ones they throw us in where our unlit faces don't match those of the guards. We say united we must stand because divided we'll fall. Well then, let's stand up against injustice once and for all. But we can't shoulder this burden and dismantle the system alone. All we have are our guts, our voice, our hearts, and our backbone. What we need are your blood, sweat, and tears to soften the blow, to soften the fears. Don't be afraid to have your back against the wall. You can choose to tower over us with the oppressor, or you can stand in the corner with us and believe in justice for all. And I won't dilute my words, so don't tell me to hush down, because when you're living knee-deep in shit, shit isn't something you can tiptoe around. Native lives matter, black lives matter, brown lives matter, white Lives matter. My life matters. Your life matters. We can't close this book. No, we can't, but we can write the next chapter.